talking about the day and kind of recapping everything for everybody, and then I just hear the machine start to count, and it just kept going and kept going and kept going, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is a thing. And then one of the volunteers brought over a little scratch paper with the number on it, and it's in coins, and it's like, wow.
Amazing what you can find in your sofa.
Yeah.
And thank you, CSE, for bringing in that coin machine, because we used to count those over there.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's really wonderful.
That is a huge thing. So here we are, day 2. What are we anticipating? What are we looking for today?
We're looking for lots of Wish families to stop in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for those phones over there to ring off the hook.
Yeah.
We've lined up so many volunteers for months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
These people call us and say, please let us be a part of this again. We need those phones to ring. We're looking for our drive-through to be so busy that we have 3 and 4 and 5 people out there taking donations. And we're just looking to do what we always do here. Get enough money from this Wish-A-Thon, these individual donations, whether they be $1, $10, $100, so that the 35 plus kids that we have right now waiting to get a wish, waiting until they're well enough, till they're at a certain part in their treatments, that we don't have to make them wait anymore.
Yeah.
You have been involved. First of all, how long have you been involved with Wishes?
20 years, I think.
So you've seen so much. Is there anything in particular that just stands out to you that maybe it's a memory that is really just in your mind that it will never go away? I mean, there's so many of them, I'm sure.
There are so many of them. But I think one of the things that really stands in my mind is just the way that these kids and young adults make those around them able to handle what's going on. Like, we've talked a lot about DJ in Louisville that battled a very aggressive cancer for 14 months. And during that time, he wasn't able to take his wish because they were just fighting so hard to try to save his life. But he was just, putting other people at ease, saying, why don't you give that wish to somebody else? Maybe somebody else needs it. We have a girl, Markia, that we offered her a wish 4 or 5 times, and she kept saying, oh, give it to someone else, really. She's just such a giving person. We had to actually now darn it, come on, think of something. Because the social worker is saying there's no one more deserving than Markia. So that's what amazes me, is just the humility from these kids, the things they say to their parents that just touch your heart. I had a mother told me that her 4-year-old daughter, who will be coming later this morning, you're going to be talking with her, she said to her, Mommy, why are you letting them do this to me? She had 2 open heart surgeries this year. The pain, not only what the parents go through, the families, but what these kids go through. No kid should ever go through this. They shouldn't have to feel this pain that they feel, and the separations. One of our families that was in here yesterday, she was in the hospital for 8 weeks. Can you even imagine?
Wow.
And her mom was telling me during that 8 weeks she actually got delirium from being in the hospital. They go through so much, and not one bit of it is right. And this is all of our way of making something right, of giving them a bright spot. Everybody that's listening, they want to help. You hear these stories and you want to help, right? I mean, so many of us, we don't know what to do to help these families because perhaps we don't have a personal relationship. But when you give the money to us, we know what to do.
Yeah,
we know what to do.
Well, and the other thing that you talk about what these kids are going through, I had one of the Wish moms say yesterday, they lose their childhood because they have to grow up so quickly. And I think these wishes, if they go to Disney World, I mean, they're suddenly a kid again.
It brings it back.
Yeah, and they suddenly can just kind of go back to being the kid they're supposed to be.
That's right. And another thing is when there are multiple kids in the family, the other kids that aren't the sick ones, the parents miss out on going to their basketball game, their football game, their play because of emergencies with the child that is sick. So when it's a wish, no matter what it is, the child that has battled that illness, if they're giving back a gift to the whole family, it empowers them and makes them feel like, well, thank you. Thanks. Here, this is my way of thanking you at Disney or Universal or the game room or the shopping spree. When we send kids on shopping sprees, they almost universally say, would you mind if I get a little something for my sister? Can I get this for my brother? It's just...
Well, you say a shopping spree and people think, buy a couple of outfits or whatever. Not exact.
That's right. It is the shopping spree of their life, for sure. We do a lot of shopping sprees locally because sometimes the kids can't travel. But we also send them to Eastontown. We'll have them spend 2 or 3 nights down there. Throw in a little mystery theater, a little horse-drawn carriage ride, limo rides all over the place, special beauty treatments at beauty shops, rolling out the red carpet for them at the Apple store. Yeah, it's more with just a listening. Isn't that what you want? Giving us $80 do these wishes and
that dollar and you're going to get the most out of this.
Board member wish granters that do it, we have no problem calling people and say, will you help? Would you give a donation? Would you?
That's cool. And we've talked a lot about people volunteering for wishes. Skills. Like I said, I am not the greatest painter in the world.
That's right. We have many outings or different things each year that we can use volunteers for. So if anybody, first of all, if you want to be a volunteer or if you know of a child that we can help, and that's another thing, Kaylee, that I would like to say is that there have been occasions when we have got a call to do a wish, and the child or young adult, they actually would say on the other end of the phone, what do you want? And you can tell in their voice that there's nothing they want anymore because they're within days of leaving this earth. And so they will say, I'd like to give a scholarship maybe to another kid at Glen Oak where I went to school or something. And that is the most sad thing whenever we hear about that wish too late. And so this radio broadcast, not only does it give us enough money to never have to put one of these kids who've waited forever on a waiting list, but you help us to reach kids that should have a wish. Kids or young adults, 3 to 21, because that's what we have to do. We have to give them that wish.
Yeah, mine just keeps it.
Oh man, what you've seen over the years, I don't know how you do it. And
now wait a minute, you know how I do it because you've seen it and you know these kids. And once you do it, once you meet them, listen to the passion in you guys' voice. You're up all night. You're crazy and up all night talking about these wish kids and the wonderful things that all these dollars are doing. And that's how we do it. That's how we do it because even one of these families, when you meet them, you're hooked. Their strength
like through most of the day
and the kids, the look on these little kids' faces. Yep, we're hooked.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Madelyn Sweeney from Wishes Can Happen. Thank you so much for taking the time to really just help reinforce what these donations are going to as we jump now into hour 26. The phones are picking up. It's almost like you have a little bit of fairy dust magic wherever
Call
you
us,
go.
you guys. Call us. 4 people are sitting there.
330-649-WISH, 330-649-9474. Get online at mixedwishes.com. Make a donation there. Bid on an auction item or stop by. I saw some cars coming through just a minute ago at Springbrook Plaza. We're going to be here till 6 o'clock tonight.
And coming up this next hour, hour 26, we'll be joined by another Wishes Can Happen board member, Jeremy Foltz, who has not only a very touching and endearing story himself of his Wish experience on the family end, but also on the member end as well of helping grant these wishes. So very excited to talk to him and to get a little bit further insight. That is coming up as we enter hour 26 of the 2019 AultCare Wish-A-Thon on Mix 94.1.